decided to take the day off and head down to Lower Keys today. And I'm not sure where I'm launching from yet. Didn't even bring a map, but just gonna go off memory. Been down here quite a few times now, so kind of leaning towards the Big Torch launch. I was thinking about going to the Blimp Road launch, but it's not as secure. You know, it doesn't feel as secure. So Big Torch, you have to drive way out to the end of the road. So I think I'm going to go with that for today. And it should be a nice day. The wind's kind of light, so that'd be good. It's going to be high tide, so there won't be as many sandbars, but that just means I can cut straight across. Beautiful day out. Check out that beautiful water out there. On my way down, I'm in Duck Key area now. So about another hour drive, something like that, and we'll be there. Okay, so I made it out to the end of Big Torch Road. I love this spot. One of the things I really like about it, it's not the easiest to launch from, but you're so far from the highway that you don't hear any car noise, and that's real hard to do in the Keys. So the whole trip you're not even listening to any cars, and when you get out here to the end of the road, it's just a dead end. There's a little trail over there for launching. I'm gonna walk down that in a minute. But it's just really nice. Sometimes mosquitoes can be bad out here because you got all this wet area out here like this, low-lying wetlands. But it is nice because it's so far from the highway. So this is the launch at Big Torch Key. It is a little sketchy. You'll see in a minute it gets pretty rocky. It can be slippery. When the tide comes in, it comes way on in, almost to the road here, so it's always kind of wet. Definitely want some decent shoes to launch with here. Definitely be careful walking through here on your launch. Just getting started on my paddle, and you see it's very shallow down here. Lots of sponges. It's a hard bottom in places too, so you have to kind of be careful if you run aground. You don't want to crash your paddle into the rocks on the bottom. So it definitely is a shallow, thin kind of spot. So we're going to follow this chain out. There's a couple fishermen out there, flats fishing. Follow this chain all the way out to the Content Keys, which are way out and out past the end there. And no real big agenda for the day. Just going out and having a good time, getting a little paddling in, but really just doing some sightseeing, enjoying a day off. So I'm approaching my first little shark of the trip. I saw his little fin poking out of the water. There he is. This looks like a little black tip right there in front of me. Coming up on him right here. There it is. A little 2-footer, maybe 3. Nice looking little shark. Alright, so there's the first little turtle for the day. Little baby green. Yeah. Saw him come up for a breath a minute ago. And there he goes. A lot more sharks. Saw a nice lemon shark, probably a 7-footer. But they move pretty fast, didn't get him on film. But got a couple of nice little newer sharks laying on the bottom here. They're easy to capture. There's one there. There's another one there. They're just laying in that current, waiting for something to come along. Looking for an easy meal. So I'm kind of halfway between the Content Keys. There's West Content, East Content. There's a nice sandbar out here. One of the things that draws me back to this place time and again is just the millions and millions of shades of blue that you see, blue and green. Just right here we got like a little grass spot that we're going over, and then I'm gonna go over a little sandy spot, and then it gets just a little bit deeper with sand, so it turns a nice pretty green color. Coming over that sandbar now. This sandbar at low tide is out of the water. It's only about a foot deep right now. At low tide it sits out of the water. We're at high tide right now, which is not my favorite time to come, but sometimes you just take what you can get. Went up on the west end of Content Key. Lunchtime. Now this is not a camping spot because you're not allowed to camp here. But it looks like it's flattened out pretty good, so I don't know, just saying. Might have been used as a camp spot. But you're not supposed to camp here. Back on around the leeward side, which is the Gulf side today of West Content. And you can see the shallows go way out, a pretty good ways. I've seen waves breaking out there on the reef out there before. How cool is that? There's three right there, one frame. How about that? Three little babies. Come outside the reef because of the breaking waves there and the shallow, super shallow water in there. And I'm just making my way around, still on the West Content Key. Really cool spot here with shallow water and lots of holes in it. Looks like a great snorkeling spot. Nice day out on the water. Lots of sharks back there. There were so many I couldn't figure out which one to point the camera at. You're just coming at me from every which way. Mostly little black tips today. Funny how some days you see more of one thing or another. Today's black tip day. Oh, there goes the barracuda right there, going pretty fast. Yeah. At low tide, these are all like sandy beach areas you can walk on, and there's a really nice beach all the way down the whole shore there. Right here in this spot, so that's a pretty cool spot. Spend a day for a paddle, kind of paddle trip or whatever. Lunchtime.
here in the Western Content Keys. Just loving the colors, the wildlife. Lots of sharks today, birds, stingrays. There's a couple osprey in the nest over there. And I'm just getting ready to head over to the Eastern Contents and see what's in store for me over there. Hardest things about coming out here is just picking where to paddle. It's just so beautiful everywhere. It's hard to pass by a nice looking inlet like that right there. It's a nice day today with the sun out. It's really bright. Sets the colors off really nice. Right back there is the Western Content Keys, where I was a few minutes ago before I just did this crossing. So maybe back to the start. About 17 and a half miles. 5 hours and 42 minutes. So nothing real fast or anything, but real nice paddle. A lot of shallow areas really slow you down because you can't paddle very effectively. And some of those shallow areas were rocks, so you got to be real careful. I'll see if I can get out of here without busting my butt.